very important piece of news. Byju's, the much in trouble Byju's, has come out with a very surprising announcement. The EdTech player now says it wants to repay that $1.2 billion debt, and in fact it's willing to sell some of its companies to repay that debt.
Absolutely, Krishna. I think a sigh of relief, if I may, for the investors of Byju's, which have on their books underwritten the value of their investment in Byju's. And the valuation of Byju's, as we've seen over the last 1 year, has fallen to a third, from $22 billion valuation levels to under $8 billion, and by some estimates as low as even $5 billion or so. But yeah, I think the headline emerging really is that Byju had this loan, this debt hanging across its neck like an albatross, and it has finally decided to get rid of that loan. And desperate times call for desperate measures, and I think the desperate measures here are selling off 2 of its assets. It has a learning, an advanced learning platform, and it also has a kids platform, and both combined together are likely to fetch Byju's up to anything between $800 million to about $1 billion worth. So these are 2 kids on the block right now, literally, to be auctioned, to be sold to whoever finds value in purchasing them. And yeah, Byju's really trying to deleverage itself. We are seeing this sort of change in financial strategy, deleveraging itself at a time when it has done a rejig of the board. We've got luminaries like Mr. Mohandas Pai, as well as former SBI chairman Rajneesh Kumar on the board of Byju's, and I think some good sort of financial management sense prevailing there, that growth at all cost, no matter how large the loan book is not going to be sustainable, and it's a good idea to perhaps get rid of some of those assets right now and make sure that the books clean up. Also at a time when we are expecting the audit of the thus far unaudited Byju's books to come out by the end of this month. So September is when the books of FY22 were supposed to be audited and released, and by end of December is when we are looking at the audited numbers of FY23 coming out. So I think any sort of cleanup right now will not reflect in those previous years' audited numbers, but going forward, it definitely is a sign of things hopefully looking better at Byju's.
Signs of things hopefully getting better for Byju's. Yes, clearing off that $1.2 billion debt will certainly get it back in the game and get back some of that lost credibility, Kartik, that is because of all the headlines that's been coming out of Byju's.
If nothing else, Krishna, I feel at least there is going to be a renewed investor interest now.
Fair
so
enough.
At a time when it has lost value, at a time when it has lost face, more importantly, and shed tears, quite literally, it's time to tell the world that, hey, we have made our mistakes, we are trying to overcome them, and it does become a second life, so to speak, for Byju Ravindran and the entire management of Byju's to come out clean and say, yes, I mean, you have made our mistakes, we have admitted them, we have cleaned up our books, and look at us afresh.